Okay. Okay. Well, welcome. Thanks for being on tonight. Tonight is all about it's called MK Q&A. So whether you're here with us live or you are watching this recording, tonight is just like if we were sitting around a kitchen table right now with a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, this is just a time for girlfriends to chat about tonight, Mary Kay business opportunity. And I love to do this in this environment of just casual chit chat because um, I know for me, there's often times in life where I've got questions about things and or I've made decisions about things but I haven't really gotten all the information, and then when I get the information, it's like, "Oh, I didn't know that." Well, I thought like, I write stories in my head up sometimes about things, which is not really a great thing to do. So, this little 30-minute video is intended to just answer some people's questions, some of really the biggest questions that people have about starting a Mary Kay business. So, I'm gonna introduce myself, and then Amy, I'm gonna have you introduce yourself if you don't mind. My name is Beth Lang. I am a sales director in Mary Kay. And what that means, my job is to help train consultants to learn how to build Mary Kay businesses. I also have my own customers that I take care of. And I have been with Mary Kay for 21 years. Started when my children were little. They were 6, 4, and 2. And I had decided to be a stay-at-home mom and didn't really love the pay that came with that new position. And so I started a business 21 years ago, really just to make a little extra cash. And then when my kids were all old enough, I was going to go back to my career in education. And what I found really quickly is that I could make some pretty good money in a really flexible way, where I didn't have to compromise my values, my faith, my family, and I really kind of fell in love with it. Surprisingly, fell in love with it. And so I've been around for 21 years, and it has been the major source of income for our family, really for probably 15 of those 21 years. So again, a total shock that I'm sitting here talking to y'all about um, being in this business for 21 years. Now my children are all grown. They're 26, 24, and 22. All are graduated from college that Mary Kay paid for, so none of them have any college debt. And they're all living their life in 3 different states, very far away from me, which makes me a little sad. So now big part of my Mary Kay money goes to airline tickets to get me to visit my kids. So
Oh,
that's my journey. My friend Amy is on, who is also a consultant on my team. And so, Amy, share a little bit how long you've been in, what you do when you're not building your Mary Kay business, and maybe one thing that you love about Mary Kay today.
okay. So, hi there. My name is Amy Croft. I've been building my business for, I have to gulp for a second, 14 years, which feels crazy. So, I have 2 kids. I have my daughter Allison, who, when I started my business, she was 1, and now, so she's 15, and we're navigating, driving, and all that fun stuff. And then my son is 11. So, I'm a busy teacher. I teach kindergarten, and then I'm also a soccer mom, a volleyball mom, an Uber mom, and just going every which direction. So, and the best thing I love about my Mary Kay, well, a lot of things, but a couple of things right off the top is the extra money that it gives us, my family. I'm using my Mary Kay business right now to pay for a soccer tournament in Florida coming up in February. And then it's also helped pay for Christmas and lots of other teeny tiny trips that we've taken my family on. So that's a little bit about me.
And Amy, you literally, like, you've been working full time, really for the
Mhm.
majority of the time that you've been building your business, raising your kids, like all of it. So
Mhm.
you've juggled a lot of things while having this as something that has come really alongside all of those things.
Yep, and I just kind of work it in small pockets, and I can put it down if I need to and then pick it back up. Or in the summertime, really work my business because I'm home, and then kind of things kind of work around it when teaching picks back up again. So,
Yeah. It has been when I think about questions that people ask me about having a business and wondering how do I do this around life, I wonder how people add income producing activities like getting a second job. I don't know how they do it and do life with something that isn't as flexible as Mary Kay. Amy and I could each share a lot of stories about some really fun things that we have had Mary Kay walk alongside us with our families, and we each have had some pretty big personal challenges with health stuff with our families and parents and kids and friends and you name it. And to have the flexibility that we've had with Mary Kay, I feel like when I look back on our journey, both of our journeys, Amy, it's that flexibility of being able to have this and not have to figure out how do I get into work with my second job when I'm also needing to be in the hospital or I'm needed to, be there for my mom's chemo treatment or, all of those things that we both have experienced. So, um, yeah, it's fun to get to do this alongside Amy tonight. Well, I have a list of questions that I'm just going to go through. And so, Michelle, you're on here live tonight. So the beauty of you being on live is that if you have other questions that pop in your head, you just like, start yelling, like, I have a question, or text Amy and say, hey, I have a question. I have a
Perfect.
question. Okay. So, Michelle, we're going to start with your two questions that you asked right out of the gate. And I think this is probably one that most people want to know in their list of questions. And that is if you were to start a Mary Kay business, how much does it cost? Like, what's the deal? What, like, bottom line, what dollars do I need to spend to start a business? Because really, with anything that you start, there's going to be some kind of cost. And
Mhm.
so there's one way that everyone starts, and it is called a $35 e-start. And I am literally, this is something that we can pop in the mail to anyone that's watching, but it's a flyer that gives a lot of information about starting up. But I'm literally going to read to you what's in the eStart. It includes your essentials to get you going, allowing you to work your business from home or on the go. You're going to receive a few Mary Kay product samples that here's an example of like our skincare samples, a few samples and a few other brochures to familiarize yourself with the product. You also get access to all of the training on our consultant website and our Mary Kay website, which allows people the opportunity to order from you. Like you get your own little Mary Kay website name. So like marykay.com/Michelle, and Mary Kay updates that, keeps it all up to snuff, and you have access to that. So people can shop online through you. You also get a credit card processing system. So people can go onto your website, they can look around, they can shop, they can process their card, and you can literally, with $35, start your Mary Kay business and people can buy from you and you can sell to them. I will insert in this point that we make 50% profit. So when you sell a $20 item, you keep 10 and you keep it right out of the gate. It doesn't like go to Mary Kay and then they send you the $10 at the end of the month. And somebody hands you $20 plus tax, you keep the 10 as your profit. So everybody starts with a $35 e-start. Everybody starts, and then you can customize it from there. So these are the two ways you can customize. We have an eStart Plus, which is $45 so you can tack on. And this is a variety of Mary Kay product samples, it's about $90 in product samples that you get for 45. So it's skincare samples, it's some lipstick samples, um, some charcoal mask samples, like all kinds of fun samples that you can pass out to people. They can try it on their skin and go, ooh, I like that charcoal mask sample that you brought to work yesterday. I want to order one of those. We do a lot with samples. I have a lot of customers that live far away from me, but we were friends in college and now we've reconnected and I will pop samples in the mail and they'll try it and go, I want one, and they'll order it from me. So that's an add-on you can do to the $35 eStart. And then we have the Mary Kay Pro Start. This is my favorite. This one is you tack this on and it's $90. But I pulled out everything that you get with this because I'm like, people need to see what you actually get for 90 bucks. So the first thing you get is this gorgeous bag. It's so big. Like this is such a big bag. So you get this gorgeous black bag, and in it you get 4 mirrors that you can use. So if you are having an appointment, and here we go. So 4 mirrors that look like this. So if you're sitting at somebody's table and they're trying product, they can look at themselves in the mirror. Catalogs, receipts, and look at all this product that you get for $90. You get the Mary Kay skincare system, which retails for $116. You get both formulas. So we have a normal to dry formula and a combo to oily formula. Get both of those. They retail for $116. You get the charcoal mask, which is $26. The oil-free eye makeup remover, which is $20. Our microdermabrasion, which is a $55 item. All of our CC creams, I did not pull those out. So there's 5 different shades of CC cream. Mascara, it's close to $500 in product. Full size product you get in that Pro Start. And I think that's amazing. Like, to be totally honest, when I was considering this for myself 21 years ago, I had about this much interest in becoming a Mary Kay consultant, but I love a deal. I love a deal. Like when I walk into any store, I go right to the sales rack. I never pay full price for anything. So when I was a Mary Kay customer, I always hosted parties because I would always get hostess credit. So when I found out I can get that bag full of all of that product that would cost me $500 for, well, now it's 90 with the plus the $35 e-start. So I love the deal. I wanted the discount and I had a little bit of interest. I'm like, gosh, if I could make like $50 a month just to have some extra cash in my purse, that would be a good deal. So I wanted the bag, I wanted the discount, and I was a little bit curious about the opportunity to make a little money. So that is what it costs to start. So you've got the $35 e-start that everybody gets that. And then you can choose the add-ons, the $45 e-start plus or the pro, or you can do all 3. So that is the cost to get started. So we got that question. Everybody watching this, that's the one question. So I'm glad we got that answered first. So thanks for asking that question, Michelle. And then you had a second question, the minimum sales per week or month to stay a consultant. So we do not have any minimums that you have to hit. In Mary Kay, to become an active consultant, which means, okay, I'm ready to go, I'm going to start my business, you need to place one $225 wholesale order in a year, like at one time in a year. When you place that order, you become active and you are active for a quarter's worth of time. So for 3 months. So in that 3 months, you can order, you can get your 50% discount. And any time in that 3-month period in a month, when you accumulate enough orders to hit 225 again, that's like the magic number, you reactivate and you give yourself another month of active status. And you just always will have your discount. Now, sometimes there are people that are like, I'm kind of going to set my business down for a little bit. I'm not going to do as much selling. And you go for a quarter and you don't need to really order anything. What happens is you just go inactive. All that means is that you have the rest of the year at some point to place a 225 wholesale order to reactivate yourself, but you don't have to. It's not a have to situation. You don't pay a yearly renewal fee. There's no like restart up every year. At the end of, if you haven't ordered in 12 months, like if you go all year and you haven't ordered, I have a gal that sends out messages throughout the year to let you know where you're at. And it'll just say, hey, wanted to just let you know you're in your last month. If you choose not to activate, then you just will take you off the books and we will just know that Mary Kay is, you don't want to do it anymore. Totally fine. And if you would ever choose to come back to Mary Kay, it's just a $25 restart. And so there's no have tos. To stay a consultant, to stay active, it's a 225 wholesale order once a quarter. And for people that are coming into this, even for myself, when I was like, you know what, I'm just curious, I kind of want the discount. I knew for myself, I was going to be ordering like for our own family's needs. And with my little customer base, that at that time was all I really could think about having. 20, I'm like, I couldn't think big, like, no way. I could just think about like this big. Um, I knew that I would be able to do that. And then if I didn't, I would just go inactive. And then when I was ready to order, I would. So, Michelle, since those are your two questions, I will give you the opportunity. Was there anything, do you need any clarification on anything that I just shared?
No, I think it was pretty clear. But okay, so you said even if you go one whole year,
Uh-huh.
12 months, and they're like, hey, it's expiring. You said, if so, like the next year, you're like, you know what? I have more time. I am interested. I want to come back. It's $25.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's called the restart. And I love it. I love that Mary Kay, the woman that started the company. So there is a woman named Mary Kay Ash that started the company 61 years ago. She wanted to create a safe space for women to be able to live out their values, to be able to bring in extra income that could really make a difference in their family. And she wanted it to be a place where we could be set up for success. So one of the ways she does it is she allows us the opportunity to keep product on hand. So I'm just thinking as I say that I have somebody I need to return their phone call because they left me a message today and they need product. So I need to call her and say, hey, I'm going to drop it off tomorrow. So everything Mary Kay did was to set us up for success. And that included um, acknowledging that there might be times when you don't do as much and maybe you do set it down for a little bit, and to have that opportunity to come back, people are always welcome. So I
Good.
love, yeah,
Yeah.
love that about it.
So
Yeah.
if you once you pay that 25, does that count as your 225 yearly then? Like, does that go
No,
towards it?
nope.
Okay, so it's
That's
another
it.
225 for that year that you have to put in.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. I mean,
Yep.
that makes sense.
Yep. Yep. And
Honestly, that the $90 bag is
I mean,
worth it.
isn't that
I'm
amazing?
like shook. That's crazy.
I know, seriously. When I was thinking about it, like when I was, and this is the one thing that I will say. So for Michelle and then anybody watching the recording, anyone that has a curiosity about it, I'm like, you know what? Get the bag. I mean, it is a bag, like all of that product. When I finally realized in my brain, when I made the decision, um, oh my gosh, if I do nothing with this was a smart decision because I'm getting $500 worth of product for $90, and now with a $35 e-start. Like I get all of these resources plus product, plus you get the other, I think, really cool thing about the way Mary Kay system is set up is you get a mentor. So my job with Mary Kay is to teach and mentor and cheer on and encourage women that want to build businesses. So Mary Kay pays me to help you be successful. And so that is my number one job. So that's why we are doing this training tonight. That's why I'm partnering up with Amy to do this, to help Amy be successful at what she's doing. And so you get this person that helps you walk this out. And I only work with people that want me to work with them. Like there are some people that are like, I'm good, no thanks. I'm good. And so I don't work with them. But people that are like, I want to learn, then we walk together, and there's a real strong mentorship and support system. So um super safe environment, um super supportive environment. Amy, I would love for you to share, like when you think about the just the support side of Mary Kay, not even necessarily from leadership, but even from like sister consultants. What
Hmm.
would how would you share a little bit of your experience with that?
If I ever have a question about a Mary Kay product, or if something happens and somebody ordered a product and I don't have that particular product on hand, then I know I have sister consultants that I can reach out to and I can get the product from that sister consultant. Also, too, if I have a customer who has a question or a customer who something a product isn't working for them, then I can ask my sister consultants and find out, okay, well, what would the suggestions be? So what could I replace the product with if it's something that's not working for them? Is it an experience that my sister consultant has had? Or and what would her suggestions be? So that's the thing I like about it, is that it's a company that as a group, whether it's from like the national sales directors down to the consultants, everybody is very supportive and they're always there for you for whatever questions you might have. And so it's definitely a sisterhood, and you know that you always have somebody always has your back.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Thank you, Amy. Okay, I'm going to answer like some super fast questions here. Somebody asked, how do you do this if you're busy? Because like everyone wants to know that. How would you fit this in if you're busy? And now more than ever, with our ability to do things with technology, I have people think about find all your little 15-minute fragments of time in your life. And we can teach you how to build a Mary Kay business in short little pockets of time. Even when I started 21 years ago, that was how I worked. I was home. I didn't work outside of the home, but I had 3 little people on me all day. And so I had to figure out, how do I do this in between like nap time and when I'm dropping one of them off for preschool and when I'm and all the way up through um, my current life season of kids being in college. And we've had some aging parent season that we've been in with our family. And so busy people I have found actually are really good at Mary Kay, because you're really good at figuring out how to how to get the grocery list put into Walmart so you can pick it up in between school and soccer practice. Like, you're just smart. Like, busy people are strategic and smart and make the most of their time. So I actually work better with people that are busy and great at time management because they already know how to get it done. So busy people love that. They do great in Mary Kay. Um, Oh my goodness. I had one person ask, what do I do if I really don't know a lot of people? How do I handle that if I don't know a lot of people? Or the people that are in my current world, I don't know if they would really be interested in Mary Kay. One of the things I always ask people is, are you like, can you learn a new skill? If you were in my kitchen and I had a recipe and I was going to teach you how to make my mom's famous chocolate chip cookies, and it had like some special little things you had to do. Are you teachable? Like, could you learn a skill? And I've not had anyone tell me no, that they couldn't learn a skill. Like, most people are like, yeah, I could learn a skill. Um, if you are able to learn a skill, then you can learn the skill of meeting people and learning how to share product with people that maybe are acquaintances in your life, but you don't know them super well. It is a skill. Our mantra in Mary Kay is that we want to help figure out how to meet the needs of the people around us. So, Michelle, we were chit-chatting tonight before I started the recording, and you were sharing just your desire to kind of take care of yourself a little bit more. And so what I was hearing in my head was a desire to learn how to do something new. And what I'm thinking is, how can I help Michelle win in her skincare game? And it would have been really silly for me to go, Michelle, here's a 17-step system for you to incorporate into your busy life. Absolutely not. Uh, what I'm going to suggest is, Michelle, let's start with 1 or 2 things. And so if you are willing to learn a skill and willing to have a servant heart when it comes to working with people, that is like the secret sauce of Mary Kay, because we're a service-oriented company. And what I am finding right now, we don't have a very service-oriented culture. And so when somebody can actually experience great service, they're so thankful. They're so thankful. Um, so, all right. So we've talked about being busy. We've talked about not knowing very many people. We've talked about the cost of getting started. Let me look at my questions here. We've talked about support. You know what? Let's end with uh let's end. Gosh, I've got several things here. I want to end with advancement. Um, Somebody asked me the question, all right, so what if I come in and I like kind of like it and I want to do more? Like I want to move up the path of like, how does that all work? Like, is there an opportunity or is there like a place where there's like a glass ceiling that I hit and I can't do any more with it? Like there are some jobs you get into and you're like, this is as high as I can go. I could never get any higher unless I like kill off the boss, which probably we don't want to do that. So in Mary Kay, we don't have to kill off any bosses, thank goodness. But the Mary Kay Advancement Program is something that is completely dependent on your desire and how much you need and how much you're willing to work. So everybody comes into Mary Kay with the startups that we talked about. From the very beginning, everybody makes 50% commission. And if you choose to, when you're building a customer base, you may have people that say, hey, I want to join Mary Kay with you. And then you have what's called a Mary Kay team. Mary Kay says, hey, like Amy, thank you for telling Michelle about Mary Kay. We're going to start paying you a commission based on what your team has sold. It doesn't come from your team. It doesn't like your team keeps making their 50%. This is just on top of that for you. And so if you would choose to do that, you can build a team, you can move into a leadership position and make some very significant amounts of income while growing in leadership. And we call it the career path. And there is literally no limit. You can go as fast as you want. You can be in Mary Kay for 20 years and then decide, I think I'd like to make a little more income. I think I would like to move into a leadership role. And so you can do it at any time you want. And Michelle, I will tell you, and I will tell anyone watching this right now in our company, we are looking for women that are interested in being a leader in our company, that are interested in learning kind of the bare bones of the company and then moving into a leadership position. So it's certainly not for everybody. But so Michelle, as you're listening or anybody else listening, if you have someone in your life that's like, you know what, I need to share this with them because maybe they just lost a job where they were making significant income. Maybe their husband is in a job that they're like, man, if I could have a side hustle that brought in some extra money, I could get him out of the job that he hates. Or maybe you've got kids going to college or getting married. All those things are so dang expensive. They're so expensive. But we are looking for people that are interested in that. We love sharing Mary Kay with everybody, but we are seeing a need in our company for women that have that specific desire. So, all right. Holy cow, answered lots of questions. Michelle, we got your 2 questions answered. Michelle, before I like do my little closing here, any feedback that you have or any questions that you want clarification on anything that I shared today?
No, not like necessarily right this second. I'm sure some of the things that I had in my head, I'm gonna reach out with, definitely.
Yeah.
But right now, no.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry. I know I haven't been super engaging, but I've definitely been
No.
taking it all in.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, and you know what? It's a lot. This was kind of like a fire hose. We just like go. So what I'm going to have you do, I'm going to have you text Amy a letter, and I can guess what it probably is already, but I'll let you text that to Amy. And this is for anybody that's watching it. So whether it's you're a guest of Amy's or another consultant, and this is so we know how to best service you. and you're going to text either an A, a B, or a C. Okay. And a C is, you know what? I am a happy customer. I would like to talk to you about maybe hosting a party because, like, do you have hostess credit? Could I earn some free product? That would be a C. So happy customer, but would love to know how to get me in on that hostess credit. I want to know how to do that. B is, I'm intrigued, but I have some questions about some of the things that Beth and Amy said tonight. So B is, I have some more questions. Can we set up a time to chat? Or can I text you my questions? So maybe if you're a B, you could text your questions underneath. And then A is, you know what? Absolutely. How do I get one of those $90 bags full of all of that product? How do I get that? And it literally, we text you a link and it's a quick form that you fill out and you can order your kit. It is like the super easiest thing in the world to do. So that's an A. A is absolutely, I would love to be a part of this. You guys seem super fun. Why would I want to join this little party? That's it. We love everybody, but what we want to make sure is that you have your questions answered. Because I am seeing more and more every day people struggle with the amount of dollars it's costing to just live,
Yeah.
grocery store, the gas at the pump, you name it. So we want to get the word out about Mary Kay. So I'm going to sign off for tonight. So thank you for being on. I'm going to stop my recording here in a little bit. Thanks for being on. And just a delight to get to spend this time with you guys. You guys have a good Sunday evening. Thanks for being on live.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
letting me join.
Yeah.
Nice meeting everyone, or nice meeting you, Beth.
Yes. Michelle, you can join us tomorrow night. We've got an actual class on skincare. So it's tomorrow night from 8 to 9. And it's in this exact same Zoom, but we're going to just be teaching you how to wash your face. So that might be a great one for you to pop on
Yeah, I
to,
wouldn't mind.
yeah, pop on this Zoom. I'm going to stop the